Hello everybody, welcome to another VGAR blog. I'm Ethan Ethos. VGAR stands for Video Games Art and Redundancy. I said it well that time. I didn't stumble over it like I did the first time. Anyway, it's a pretentious name, but I'm a bit pretentious, so let's go. Prince of Persia. The new one. The new pop. The new POP. For Xbox 360 and PS3. Why is it all rhyming? I don't know. I wish it would stop. I had great expectations for this game. It's one of my most highly anticipated games since Shadow of the Colossus, which incidentally is the best game of the last 8 years. Just try and argue me on that one. Prince of Persia is absolutely gorgeous. It's like playing a watercolor painting. I bought a TV just so I could play this game, and so I could read the text in Mass Effect. That game is also amazing. Which gives away the fact that I do love Prince of Persia. I think it's great, but I want to address some of the issues that people have with the game, and then talk about issues I do have with the game, because the game is not perfect, it has a long way to go. There's obviously going to be a sequel if you beat it, so I hope they address a lot of things, but not maybe what you believe. A big complaint that makes me want to strangle people, alright? Like, take their ears and yank them like grandmothers do. It's when they say you can't die in the game. You can die. You die in the game. You die like in any other game. Well, okay, you don't. But the function is the same. Say any game where an autosave is prevalent, which is most games now. When you die, you say resume game from the last autosave point. And you have to load the game, and it goes through the process, and it takes you out of the experience, and you go back to that point, and you start again. Same thing in Prince of Persia, except now, you don't have to go through an annoying loading screen. When you jump off a cliff, then Elika, your beautiful mate, or whatever, helpful friend, picks you up, and you're back to the first platform where you started. So if you try to do this big long sequence, and it takes you, a few minutes, and you die, you have to go back to the beginning where you started. Like any game, where you have to restart from the last save point. But now it's not annoying, you don't have to go through menus, and you don't have to press load game. All it's doing is saving you some annoying menu screens to go through. That's all it's doing. Don't give me that argument. But there are problems with the game. I like that they take away the button mashing element. I do. I like that it's kind of more context sensitive. You press the right button at the right place, but that seems like giving them an excuse to water down a bit of the platforming. The platforming is exciting, but it kind of gets a little repetitious after a while. Oh, there's a hoop, you press this button, there's this, you press that button, and there's not enough variety for you to really think on your feet and really kind of get the adrenaline rush that usually happens from a good Prince of Persia game. That said, the animations were still beautiful, and I still had a lot of fun, and collecting the orbs actually adds a bit more challenge, and you have to think a bit more, and this is the only game in which I enjoy a collect fest. Any other game usually would. They just throw these things in, oh, collect all the rings and coins and whatever, you don't care. But this is actually, because the world's become beautiful, after you've saved them from corruption. I haven't explained the premise, go somewhere else for that. After you heal the lands, it's gorgeous to look at. So you want to explore it, you want to find these orbs, because it's a pleasure to go through these worlds. And the draw distance is perfect, so it's not like you have to go to every place to find where the orbs are going to pop up, because you can see them from, as long as you have the right vantage point, you can see where the orbs are. So that's great, and it's a lot of fun, and the ending was kind of dumb, but hopefully the sequel will put it into a proper perspective. That's it, Prince of Persia. It's worth it. It's gorgeous. It's a lot of fun. I didn't talk about combat. It was kind of annoying. There's some kinks to be worked out there too, but I liked it well enough. And I liked that it's one-on-one. That's the right direction. So what do you think? What do you think of Prince of Persia? I didn't talk about Bo this time. It wasn't the Bo blog, but he replied to my first post. That was cool. Bo blog. It's not bad. But it's not for me at this time. Not now. We'll see. Anyway, I still have yet to talk about Mike Thompson, which I previewed last time. It's gonna happen.